Hello, my loves. Hello, hello, and welcome to another Midweek with Meaning. Just to give you a heads up, this is a pre-recorded video. It's the first time I've brought you a pre-recorded situation, but I am on a little retreat this week, and I'm still committed to bringing you some really good perspective and to help you make good meaning this week. So, welcome. I am Angela Ward, registered nurse and soul midwife of Guardian at the Gateway, and I am so happy that you're here for another conversation. So, as you're watching the replay, please put replay in the comments. Give me some love. Give me all that. I love it. It helps so much. So, this month has really been the theme of gratitude and our impact and the way that we carry the energy of gratitude to one another, as well as generating that feeling within ourselves. Uh, and today we are right at the cusp of Thanksgiving in the United States, a complicated holiday, uh, which oh gosh, in so many ways, it's a little challenging because of the historical implications. And then also that we're right on the cusp of consumer capitalist culture, which is really about getting and buying, and Black Friday is completely insane. But my intention for our conversation today is to bring it back to that essence of gratitude and giving thanks. So, as a young person, for me, Thanksgiving was really kind of a family obligation, a time to get together and to pig out, basically, right? It was a time for crazy family to get together. Some people I loved, some people I was challenged by, and the intention was to eat as much food as possible, drink as much booze as possible. Some of the family wanted to watch the game. There was always a little bit of drama, but then there was also a really sweet opportunity to connect with people that I hadn't seen very much. So, I've been thinking a lot about the different times in my life that we've had holidays like Thanksgiving. And there's a couple things I want to say about this. Over this last month, where we've really been drawing that gratitude, embodied gratitude, and the impact we have on others into our awareness, sometimes I hear from people, I practice gratitude every day. I'm already so grateful. So something like Thanksgiving, it's just another day and it doesn't really mean anything to me because I do it all the time. And what I want to say to that is that's fucking awesome. If you're practicing Thanksgiving as a practicing gratitude as a daily practice and working to generate that within your body, I think that's a beautiful way to move in to the world we're living in. It really, really helps how we connect to one another. However, there is a time and a place for focused attention, right? Energy energy flows where attention goes. So if we're allowing ourselves to have more of this focused attention on gratitude, how might we deepen that practice? In what ways is our gratitude practice kind of dry or cold? In what ways is it just another thing you check off your list to do? Like, oh, I wrote about 3 things I was grateful for in my journal today, or I told someone, like there's a difference in the energy, right? Of being able to really feel that self-generated place. Also, there is something to be said for carving out a ritual of time that's focused on a particular intention. So, as we approach the Thanksgiving holiday in the United States with parades and football games and Black Friday deals, I would love to bring you back into the attention of gratitude in this process. I think there was another thing I was going to say was what I hear from people about Thanksgiving. I think it's really that people are like, Thanksgiving is just a chance for us to eat a bunch of food and to overdo it and connect with people that we're not really excited to see sometimes. It's very much I've heard people say that it's kind of just a slovenly excuse, or it's an opportunity to just overdo it. So to that, I say, sure. And how might you make it different this year? How might you make this time different this year? The opportunity to carve out this ritual of Thanksgiving, this time that is feasting together with friends or family or whoever your people are, considering that it doesn't mean that the feast is an opportunity to gorge and purge or overdo it or exceed things, but to relish in the things that have arrived at our table, to relish in the people that are present, to acknowledge the opportunity to connect. So I'd really encourage you, and these are some things I would like to bring to mind for myself all the time, and this week especially. But as I sit down at the table this week with my family, I want to understand the gratitude for the people that are there with me and why I'm grateful for them. That essence of what it is about them that I feel grateful for. Such an important part of this work. I also intend to take time to appreciate the food that is on the table. And not only like, here's a pot of mashed potatoes and that's great, but to sit and contemplate the journey that that food took to get to my plate, the many hands that touched it along the way, the people that harvested this, the people that cleaned it, the people that prepared the soil, the people that tended to these plants or animals that we are about to engage with and bring into our bodies. When we take the time to consider who and what perfect circumstances had to occur for us to be able to experience and enjoy each thing on our table, it's really mind blowing. I mean, mind blowing. If I think about, gosh, let's think about the potato, the lowly potato, or we can think about the pumpkin pie and whoever made the pumpkin. Like, there was somebody that, let's say you purchased this, you didn't grow your own potatoes or pumpkin. There was somebody at the store who took it out of its container and put it on the shelf for you. There is someone who moved that box from the truck into the store. There was someone who drove that truck to bring that box to the store where that person could put it on the shelf for you. There was someone that packed the box, that put it on the truck, that the truck driver drove to the store, that the person unpacked, that the person put it on the shelf, right? Do you see where I'm going? There was the place, let's say we're talking about your potato, there's the distribution center maybe where all the potatoes come in from. So there's the people there that are helping to weigh and measure and box them and do all the stuff there. And then going even further back, like, who were the people that got it to the distribution center? Another truck driver, another person that packed it up, probably. And then who actually got it ready to even come to the distribution center? Was it was there someone at the farm where the potato was grown that gathered all of the harvest and prepared it to put in the box? And then let's talk about the hands that actually harvested, probably migrant workers to some degree, or low paid people, that are really doing some backbreaking labor to provide these things for us. Think back about their tending to this plant, this food that you're eating. Consider their hands harvesting, but then consider even further back that this was planted. Somebody's hands helped put this into the soil so it could grow and become something for yourself, for you to eat. Go back even further. Somebody prepared that place for this plant to grow. There was somebody else who had the vision of even growing potatoes for you to have them at your table. And then let's expand it even more. Consider the conditions that were required for this potato to grow. Consider the sunlight, the temperature of the earth, the water that was provided. Hopefully, you're buying organic potatoes that aren't using any kind of chemicals to grow it, please. Um, so you can think about like these amazing conditions. How wonderful that the conditions were perfect for you to then have this mountain of mashed potatoes or whatever it is we're talking about. You can even consider in your household, like who was the person that peeled that potato? Who cooked the potatoes? Who mashed them? It's actually, as I talk about it, I'm starting to feel a little bit teary and like, wow, that's one thing, right? Let's talk about a role. Like, who were the people that put their hands here? And all of the parts that had to come together for you to have the opportunity to savor something. The winemaker, the cheesemakers, the person that raised the turkey for you, or whatever you're having here. There is a ripple outward of tending and service and care for it to come to you and nourish you, while at the same time creating a space for you to connect with people that perhaps are your family, perhaps are your friends, perhaps even someone you don't know very well that you've invited for the first time to be part of your feast. There is a conspiracy of angels, is what one of my former coaches would say. She said it's a conspiracy of angels that these things have come together for us to be able to really benefit from. And so often, maybe you come from a tradition where you were encouraged to say grace before a meal or give some kind of thanks. But I hope as you're hearing me talk about this, you are feeling the energy I'm feeling of like this sense of awe in a way. It's kind of like when we talked earlier about a mystical experience, there's a sense of awe and wonder. And for me, this kind of effervescent of gratitude that I feel really humbled and amazed by. So that's a challenge this week. I'd really challenge you to see in what ways these threads you can consciously drop your awareness into the people, the circumstances, the environment, the way that things have transpired to allow us to have that opportunity. And I'd also like to just speak about the things that are coming to my life in gratitude and the benefits this month of me diving more deeply into this work, and I hope you have been too. Um, the thing I've really noticed for me is by centering this sense of gratitude and then the way that my energy impacts others around me is I find it much easier to tap into that embodied experience of gratitude. When I'm talking to you right now, I'm feeling I've said effervescent a couple times. I'm feeling a lightness. I'm feeling uh this little, I don't know, it's not sadness. It's like a little bit of tears of like, hmm. There's a combined feeling of humility, like that thank you feeling like, wow, how incredible. While at the same time, a sense of feeling connected and supported and honored that I am in a position to enjoy these things and to savor them. So, our work this last month, as we've like been in this gratitude place, it's allowed me to see it more fully and to embody it more, to feel it more present in my life. So, I want to talk a little bit about what I'm grateful for these days. So, For you, dear watcher, I am immensely grateful. Thank you so much. If this is your 100th time watching me or the first time watching me, I am so appreciative that you are willing to spend some time with me and to allow the ramblings of the crazy nurse, whoever, like give you something to contemplate, allowing this to give you a container to maybe make some meaning that has value to you. So I'm so grateful for that. Thank you for being part of this. And see, it's making me cry. It's really quite an honor. And there's a lot of shit out there in the world on the YouTubes and all that. And for those of you that are taking the time to watch this, it's really like thank you. It's allowing your attention to be shaped by something a little more positive, I hope. That's really a hope that I have for you, is that some of this can trickle into your life and kind of dust away some of the cobwebs and the stress and the bullshit of the all the drama out there. The drama still is there, and you can be a beacon of light and hope and gratitude, and your energy makes a difference in the world. So that is why I'm so grateful that you're here and taking a moment to drop in with me. My hope is that you will be inspired to carry an energy in the world that's different. I don't know if you've ever heard that, when you're in a theater and you hear fire, like the whole place freaks out. People pick up on each other's energy. But what if you were carrying that it's all going to be okay, and I appreciate and love you? That has impact. It has really profound impact. Some other places of gratitude, like this year has been amazing for me in my own work. I have been humbled and in awe of my clients and the work that they're doing to heal. Holy shit, man. I wish, I can't tell you about their experiences, but I can say that, dang. Actually, I think that it's okay for me to share one story. I have a client that passed away recently. Blessings to him on his journey, 88 years old. Complicated life history, complicated, but late stage cancer, and wanted to do some work to heal that, kind of reclaim those parts. And we did some work together, and he went fearlessly into some of these painful places. And whoa, like the work that he unpacked in our time together shifted so much. And I just want you to know, I just worked with him in the summertime. It was just this summer that I worked with him. And something about our work, he just dropped that shit around his heart. He became so open-hearted. And apparently he passed away about a month ago. I just found out this last week. And what I was told was that his last months, he was so connected to the people around him. He was so willing to drop the bullshit and to make amends and be courageous and heal those places that felt, you know, that had been sticky or had been things that he was ashamed of. And oh my gosh, when I think about what I learned just from being able to support him, wow. Wow. Oh, I hope we can all find ways to do that. That's just like so incredible. So there's a piece within me that has so much thanks for my clients like him that are just, whoa. I have so much gratitude for my beloved husband, Jed, and he's been on a journey this year that's been very challenging for him, recovering from a pretty significant injury. And I am just amazed at his ability to not just make the best of a situation, but to actively work on his mindset and his perspective, even when times were really hard. It's just really amazing to be connected and partnered with somebody that is constantly trying to kind of do some of this work too, make meaning from the experiences that we're having and finding gratitude within that. I am just so grateful for my own family. Despite challenges, absolutely, there's people in my family that are hard, and there's people in my family that are great. And yet, being able to find those places where we have the resonance, that has been really amazing to be able to connect. And even with maybe difference of opinions or politics or whatever, that we can still find like the good in each other. I am so grateful for the opportunities to meet new people and make more friends in this expanding circle of community that I have, which helps, I feel, keep me humble and keep me oriented towards this spark of work that I'm wanting to birth into the world. I am so grateful that when I was looking for an opportunity for a retreat, a friend said, "Come stay here. Come stay here. Be with us and just do your thing." Uh, and I am surrounded by this garden that you can't, I mean, whoa, there's this amazing garden around me and trees and quiet. Just an honor and a privilege to meet people that are so willing to be kind. It's so good. So I'd love to hear what you're grateful for. I'm sure I have so much more and could go off for days. I also want to give a shout out to my amazing assistant, Nicole. I'm so appreciative for her incredible support and work and kindness. One of the kindest people I know, just like I've never heard her say no. I mean, seriously, it's incredible. There's a beautiful willingness in our work together that's just like, it's really sweet. Makes me want to cry. Thank you, Nicole. So, yeah, I guess that's what I want to say before I bawl my eyes out. Again, thank you for watching a recording. And as is tradition, we're going to draw a card to help us look through the lens for the next week as we deepen this gratitude practice and transition into next month, which is going to be really about the return of the light. We're moving next month into the darkest season of the year. And yet, this is where the hope, the little spark of hope, is coming through. So I'm really looking forward to some of the conversations we'll have next month. Additionally, I'm going to be opening enrollment at the beginning of December for my psychedelic doula training. For those of you that are interested in supporting people as they work through psychedelic assisted therapy or different those modalities, or if you're a provider that wants to know how to support your clients and help with this harm reduction, make it a really good experience for them, let's talk. You know how to reach me. So let's get to the cards. So last week, I just put them up here. When we talked about what is our impact, we had these incredible cards. We had magnetism and core, which were just like, so good. So thank you for giving me that perspective for the last week. And let us see where we are going with the perspective for this upcoming week. What does the Sacred Earth Oracle, thanks Ellie, have to say today? When we think about gratitude, we think about connection, we think about the web, right? The web that connects us. Okay. So close, so close. I can feel it. I'm feeling it. Where is it? Which is the one? I just looked at them. That doesn't count. I got to go through again. Hang on. Cheating. Can't cheat. Okay. Ooh. There was a card that I looked at that slipped by that was moderation. I was like, wait a second. So maybe that's just a little clue. Like, just, stop when you're full, friends. Moderation. But instead, the one that I drew just now is called clarity. Can Can you see that beautiful card? Clarity has like butterfly wings draping down her head. She looks like a wild creature in the forest. And there's also a moth on her shoulder. And then this part that looks like a geode or something. Can you see that? Here, does that even help? Here, get in focus. Get in focus. Focus. There we go. Okay, I've never had this card before. So, Thanksgiving and clarity. Okay. Carbon is one of the most abundant elements in the universe. It is stored in rocks, plants, the ocean, and your body. Carbon is very good at combining with other elements and is present in sugar, protein, fats, and carbon dioxide. Because carbon dioxide has the word carbon in it. When carbon is isolated and subjected to extreme heat and pressure, what happens? You guys know. Diamonds are formed. And what do we always say here at Guardian at the Gateway? That you are a diamond. You are perfect as you are. You are whole and complete and radiant. And sometimes you get a little smudged and you need support to kind of clear off that smudging on your beautiful diamond self, which is why we're here to help you. But let me continue. It is not true that diamonds can form from coal. Firstly, coal is rarely carbon. Secondly, coal is formed from broken down terrestrial vegetation, and most of Earth's diamonds existed long before the first land plants did. Whoa, I did not know that. Did you know that? I didn't know that. They're old, 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 amazing. Therefore, diamonds are much, much older than coal. The impact of large asteroids hitting the Earth's surface had the heat and pressure required for natural diamond formation, but most were formed in the mantle, 150 kilometers down in the Earth. It takes a deep eruption to bring these gems to the surface where they can be discovered and marveled at, or horrible mining practices, but we won't talk about that. Your base values are stored deep within you, crystallizing in isolation, far away from external elements. During turmoil or trauma, these precious gems can surface to bring you surprising and invaluable clarity. Ooh, yeah, that is really good. So, what do I want to say about this? So, I think I mentioned that sometimes Thanksgiving for people is really stressful because we're running into connecting with people that maybe are not people we wish with, or maybe we're moving into a season of consumerism that doesn't resonate with you. I think a part of this practice of gratitude I've asked you in the last couple weeks is this advanced level practice of where can you find the gold? Where can you find you don't find the gold on the surface. You don't find the crystals on the surface. You have to dig deep to get them. And times that we've had turmoil or heartbreak, there is a gift there. There is something for gratitude there that I think can really activate this feeling that I keep talking about around activating gratitude in our bodies. So, and I haven't spoken about that. So maybe we should talk about that before we hop off here. That there is, what are you grateful for that was fucking hard, that you couldn't see a gift in at the time? Yeah, that's hard. I can give you an example in my own life. My last job, my last job, I was fired from in a very heartbreaking way that felt like a massive betrayal and was super, super upsetting and really rocked me. Like, it fucked me up, seriously. Uh, and it's taken time for me to come to peace with that. But part of it has been a gratitude practice. And the gratitude practice is what am I learning from this? And trusting that that pain was going to someday resolve for me to find some thanks towards. And I can tell you that I have it now, that without that experience, I would never have had the boldness, first of all, to start my own business and start doing this work. Nor would I have had the opportunity to uh, have the financing to do the training that I did to be able to do this work even more so. Uh, to learn deeply what my values are. So that's exactly what this card said is your values are deep down there. Like I kind of didn't know in what way my values were not in alignment with the place and the situation that I was working in. Um, that turmoil really brought my values to the surface and are things that I live by so much right now. So it has brought me great clarity. So thank you. And thank you, this card, for helping me remember that clarity can come from popping up those gemstones. Yeah. So, okay, my loves, we will definitely be back live next week for the next Midweek with Meaning on Wednesday. Again, if you're interested in learning more about the psychedelic doulas, please reach out to me. Also, do me a favor, if you watch the end here, would you please like this or subscribe to my channel or share it, tag a friend. Please, share this. Feel free to take little snippets and put it out in the world because that would be great. So, anyway, I am so grateful for you. I love you. Thank you for being part of my life, and I will talk to you soon. Bye. Mwah.